As a Willamette flows through a wide, flat valley floor, by late summer and early fall it could be considered a tranquil beast. This is not always the case. With higher water levels it can get a little angry, piling up enormous amounts of debris and carving away at its own constraints. While any body of water comes with some peril, the Willamette is no exception, even in its more placid late-season mood. Fallen trees within the waterway are known as strainers that need to be avoided at all costs, and with the swift flow of the river, actions need to be taken well in advance. Fast water passing a slack area creates unexpectedly strong eddies that will sway one's vessel abruptly, enough to risk a capsize. In our early canoe expedition days, we were a little careless with wearing our life jackets, and attitude altered after several mishaps. Trouble can strike quickly in unlikely places, so now the three of us armour up with our flotation jackets on every voyage. As we've travelled along today, the clouds have begun to build and we're starting to look a trifle stormy.
The forecast kind of keeps changing, so we're not exactly sure when the worst of the weather is going to hit, but it's looking like it might be either Wednesday or Thursday, and almost certainly Sunday.
Alright, let's do a reconnaissance.
Wow. You check it out? So that might not be great if it's going to rain because there's a
depression?
Dip.
So that was a longer day than we anticipated. The camping options outside of Albany were not very inviting, so we pushed through to here. This is called Willamette State Natural Area. So for a rest stop, but also with the potential for bad weather, we're going to spend 2 nights here, possibly 3, see what the weather does. And as a state natural area, it has a network of hiking trails, which will be of interest to me in cricket, but it also could mean we have some visitation. But if the weather is bad, I wouldn't be surprised if we have it to ourselves. Oof. Girl's machine. Around our camp is a scrappy forest of interesting little trees loaded with moss. These are the native Oregon ash, with an understory of snowberry. While the berries are considered mildly toxic, the plant has a number of medicinal uses once exploited by Native Americans. Can also be used as a fish poison. Like everywhere, the waterway has acquired a number of introduced species, such as the fern-like tansy, soapwort flowers, and chicory. Down by the river are the pretty pea-like blossoms of the toadflax. This might be the native smooth aster, and despite the name, the California poppy is also a local. A less benign resident to be aware of is the Pacific poison oak, a deciduous plant that becomes quite invisible through the cooler months but retains its coating of irritant oils. Our campsite's equipped with a very shiny porta potty, so new we might even be the ones introducing it to what's sure to be a rugged life ahead.
Willamette covers over 900 acres of riparian forest and wetlands, giving a glimpse of what the Willamette would have looked like before extensive clearing for agricultural purposes. Historically, the riverside forest would have transitioned to oak savanna. The dense canopy of Willamette's forest above conceals the equally dense understory below, with its healthy population of sparrows frolicking in the bush. The property is situated at the convergence of 2 rivers. The Santiam is a significant tributary to the Willamette, making a grand entry of clear, cold water flowing from the Cascades to the east. The Luckiamute River makes a more discreet appearance, quietly oozing into the main channel from the west and easily missed, along with its population of western pond turtles. The convergence of the two very different waterways in close proximity is a recipe for excellent fish habitat, reflected by the presence of fishermen and, of course, otters. The river has resumed its fast pace at this point, and while large boulders haven't been an issue along the way, unlike the John Day and the Allagash, the Willamette carries a lot of smaller, well-rounded rubble from the surrounding mountains in the distance. The sound of the river coursing its way above is very different from how it sounds below. Clinging to the rocks, we encounter a lot of little water snails doing their thing.
nasty in there.
Murphy Gravel Bar on the left is privately owned, though permission has been granted for river travellers to accommodate themselves en route to somewhere else.
A little quiet swampy area around the back here, so we're going to
take the fishing rods and see what's in there. These backwater swampy channels, free of the river's flow, are an agreeable refuges for many fish species. Beneath the surface is a wealth of weeds offering protection, in addition to structure. Bluegill are very fond of this combination. The Willamette has nearly as many introduced species as it does natives. This specimen is a green sunfish, originating from the east coast of the United States. And that was a tadpole, soon to grow into a bullfrog that is also an east coast native. Yet again from the east is the smallmouth bass known as fierce fighters, while the common carp are a European exotic. The black crappie in front moves clear of a fine-looking largemouth bass, all being East Coast additions.
Dog is fucking... Oh, we're on again.
As mentioned, there are many East Coast predatory fishes in the Willamette, and the yellow perch is yet another.
It was a very soggy night. So I'm not exactly eager to get out of bed.
So yesterday, just as we were coming into camp at a place called Murphy Bar, the heavens opened up and it just started bucketing rain on us. Cricket was maybe the least happy about it out of all three of us, but none of us were particularly pleased. This was before we had the chance to get anything set up, so we were just exposed to the elements. So today, we are passing through the town of Independence. We're definitely going to drop off our trash, and we'll see how we feel and how close any kind of grocery store is, and decide from there if we're going to stock up on any essentials like beer.
Another opportunity for supplies is the small town of Independence on the river's western banks. Leaving Independence, we just got booze, but also some some fried chicken that Cricket approves of as much as I do. Cricket. Oi. There we go. Oh. Cricket's loving. Mm. What we got coming from whatever direction that is a big nasty squall that I think is heading roughly our way, so we're hoping to, I don't think we'll make it to where we're going before it does reach us, but we're hoping that it just skirts us and we escape. Otherwise things could get soggy. I think it could just graze us. I think it's going to skirt us by, or we could say that we dodged it.
After a few soggy nights of camping, all the gear feels damp, so any windows of sunshine are to be exploited. And also, testing the waters for any fish that might be on the bite. This camp is on the outskirts of Salem, with views of the golf course across the river. At least this time of year, the most common bird we see and a constant companion is the humble sparrow. We suspect this to be the song sparrow, though competent identification for these little birds is the domain of the advanced twitcher. The most vocal resident has to be the Steller's jay. Down in our valley to the south, amongst open fields, we only see the western scrub jay. It's in forests of the hills and the thickets along creeks that we find the Steller's jay. Its preference for good cover makes them a tricky customer to capture with a camera. We awaken to a very heavy fog covering the Willamette Valley. It's a 300-meter journey straight up to see the clear skies above.
Our first night in Oregon was a hotel in Springfield, and when cricket got up to do her ablutions, following morning we noticed how sodden everything was. That was an indicator of what was to come, so we've been sleeping with the top on the tent because the dew is so intense. There are puddles on the dry bags, and we've even flipped our canoe, and we store our effects in under there so that they stay a little drier.
Today is a cold morning. It's probably the coldest of the trip so far. Today is also going to be our longest paddle of the trip so far. We're looking at something like 17 to 20 miles, so it's a big one. And that is going to take us right through the heart of Salem, which is Oregon's capital city.
Oh, my word. We've got a swift current to take us. This is like straight onto the freeway.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we make our way through downtown Salem, we encounter many homeless encampments along the riverbank.
Looking for an access point into Salem. That's what we're doing. To the KFC box.
Once again, the summer ventures off to gather supplies. Me and the little dog are left to guard the canoe in a less than pristine location.
I'm out of here.
As we travel farther out from the city centre, the riverside houses become a lot more affluent and permanent. Our destination lies to the north, downriver.
Be sure to join us for part 4 on our journey down the Willamette.